All right, y'all. Welcome to Raw Masters, the growth rap community. I am Desmond Span. What's good with you? Hope you are feeling well where you're tuning in from and watching this. Okay. We're in the midst of recording the audiobook version of Fearless Freestyling, and I'm doing this this way because I just figured the best way to kind of continue to make content for you is to just kind of bring you into my process instead of kind of like, all right, I'm gonna go make the audiobook and then come back and say, hey, it's done. I'm just gonna invite you in while it's going on. So you are able to check this out for free. There's going to be a link in the description where you can get connected, basically get on the email list, get access to these recordings once they're done, so that it's easier to find when they're like trimmed up and all that good stuff, because you're going to hear all of it in this live broadcast of it. If I got to retake a couple things, I'm going to retake a couple things, but that's part of the fun. And I think I'm also going to be adding some of my own commentary and thoughts, outside of what's in the text. Because the whole goal here is I started out with the ebook just to introduce this idea. It's been received well. It's helping people have a different approach to freestyling. That's not just about what it can do for you in the rap writing, songwriting process, but what can it do for you personally. And we're gonna expand this out into a course. That is the hope. That's why I'm doing it this way. So you get the audiobook version live as I'm recording it to check out. Open to your feedback, of course. Always helps this improve. And we're on to day 1, focusing on your vision. And but actually, before I start reading from the book, I do want to. There's a story that comes to mind from my experience where it was about 2-3 years ago, and kind of in the same vein of like, I got to make some content to bring people in. Like, what am I going to do? So how about this? I freestyle every day and put it on Instagram. So I called this freestyle. I called it February Flows, I believe is what I called it. One of those alliterative names, February Flows, about 3 years ago. So the goal was to do a freestyle every single day for the month of February, and it expanded to where I kind of did some reflection at the end, but it was just a daily freestyle challenge at the core of it. And how I did it, how I had to approach it, it was like this. Because when you go to start putting your freestyles out there, that means now you're putting them on display, you're putting them out there for consumption, and thus judgment and criticism. So what that often triggers within me, the artist, is like, okay, I gotta be top notch, I gotta be excellent, right? I have to be able to deliver freestyles that I can stand on, that I'll enjoy. And I wasn't quite at the space where I am now with my approach to freestyling, where I was still a recovering perfectionist at that point in time. So I gave myself some rules for recording, and the rules were no more than 3 takes. So I would freestyle and do 3 takes, and then the best of the 3 is what I would put out. So I don't remember the day, but maybe I'll go and find it. But it was sometime in, obviously in February, and I'm in the midst of, I'll say it's probably take number 3. And my first 2 takes, I was just noticing that I wasn't saying my words clearly. I was stuttering. I was having these like kind of just hiccups in concentration. So in the third take, it's like, all right, I really gotta deliver something. And so I go into my third take and it's still feeling the same. I'm thinking about ideas and I'm noticing it's the same ideas that keep coming. Oh, there's another filler phrase I just said. And then something in my awareness expanded to where it's like, wait a minute. I'm focusing on the technical aspects, and I don't know what the words are. I'm just giving you the words now, but I'm really focusing on these technical aspects of freestyling, and I'm not enjoying it. What if I focused on the energy within me? And then in that moment, I basically freestyled my energy to like, all right, I'm going to freestyle this energy to the place of enjoyment, the place of joy. And I remember not what I said, because I rarely remember exact lines I say in freestyles, but I remember by freestyling my energy towards the joy of the experience, I finished the take, I enjoyed the take, and that was the take I actually used in the on that day for that series. And from that point on, it really solidified like what freestyling is for me. It solidified like what my goal is every time that I freestyle, even if I'm deliberately practicing certain techniques, and it's to enjoy it. If I finish a freestyle and I enjoy it, then it's excellent, regardless of how technically how technical it is or how brilliant it is. If I enjoy the experience, then I won. And so I tell you that story to set up essentially what day one of the Fearless Freestyle challenge, course, book, all that stuff is about. And it's about crafting your vision to define excellence for yourself. So let's get into it. All right. Day one, your vision. Freestyle rap is more about being the best you. Freestyle rap is more about being the best you. You can be the best you. Okay, I get it. Sorry. Try it again. Freestyle rap is more about being the best you can be, not about being perfect. But what does your best look like? What would it feel like for you to freestyle with no limits? At the heart of freestyle rap lies not the quest for perfection, but the pursuit of personal excellence. This chapter guides you in crafting a vision of the best version of yourself to guide your freestyle rap journey. With your vision as your guide, you avoid the undefined and unrealistic standards of perfectionism. Seeking your path. In our journey through the art of freestyle rap, it's natural to look up to those who have mastered the craft. We admire professional rap artists, absorbing their style, technique, and presence. But the problem arises when we view their excellence as perfection and mistakenly use this as our own standard. This comparison changes how we see what's possible and stops us from seeing our own path, our own excellence. In truth, their path to becoming experts is filled with challenges, mistakes, and constant improvement, parts often ignored when we see their accomplishments as the ultimate examples of perfection. For me, my rapper of that I guess I would be measuring myself against and really influence a lot of my writing style would be Black Thought of The Roots, aka Tariq Trotter. And the cool thing about that is I know that Black Thought is a freestyling MC as well. And there are tapes where and recordings of him freestyling off the top and just sounding immaculate, sounding like, oh wow, this is off top. Sound like he he wrote that. And yes, there are some definitions of freestyling that allow for written verses to be a part of it. I'm not really going to dive into that. But again, that became the standard. That became the thing to strive for. But it's definitely not the standard I strive for now. It's an example of excellence in the craft, 100%, no doubt. But it's not something that I'm using to judge and critique how well I'm doing when I'm freestyling and rapping. And so the question that we have to think about when we are in the midst of comparing ourselves, because in some ways we can't help it. So the question is, why are we comparing ourselves in the moment? And if it's to help us focus on an element of our craft, then it's helpful. But if it's kind of a default comparison of just, this is what good is and I'm not quite there yet, then it can become hindering to ourselves. All right, back to the book. Crafting your vision. To discover and define your vision that will guide you, we start by addressing this question. Who are you at your best and brightest? List the qualities you want to have. List the emotions you want to feel. We are focusing on the kind of person you want to be. Here's what we are not focusing on. The amount of money you want to make. Let me try that again. Here's what we're not focusing on. The amount of money you want in your bank account. How many houses you want to own. The countries you want to travel to. The music awards you want to win. This stuff of success will appear while crafting your vision, and it's okay. The stuff we want leads us to what matters beyond the stuff. Okay, yeah. I'm going to read that part again. I might actually clear it up one more time. So the stuff of success will appear while crafting your vision, and it's okay. But the stuff we want in our vision leads us to what matters beyond the stuff. All right. For example, the desire for the best rap performance Grammy can reveal the hope to express your creativity. If you view your best self as a fully creative person, you can live into your creativity every day and succeed. If you win a Grammy, that's a bonus, not a necessity for your joy. In crafting your vision, you will learn what matters to you and what does not matter to you. This permits you to let go of being perfect in all areas of your life. While we know this, we must practice this to learn how to let go. All right, more on crafting your vision, just some extra thoughts on this. So in every journal that I have, I write out statements for the person I want to become. And again, this, as this chapter says, it guides how I want to be. And while this may seem like it's outside the realm of what we traditionally talk about in rapping, when you go to freestyle, right, you're going to be making it up as you go. You're going to need stuff to talk about. And we often talk about, again, what we hear people say, what we've heard other rappers say. But to get to this fearless freestyling place, to make it a growth rap practice, what if we talked about who we want to become? And so in order to talk about who we want to become, we have to put some thinking and ideas towards that. And so that's what this whole day is about, is taking some time to reflect on what it is that you want for yourself. What is excellent to you? What's the standard that you're trying to set? And why does that standard matter to you? What do you believe in? So once you understand this, then you have something that you want to speak. You basically are finding and cultivating what's true for you. And that gives you a direction to move forward in. So That's crafting your vision. So let's get into the practices. And here we go. Ooh, small font, but we'll make it work. Day 1 practices, discovering your vision. So 1, reflect in a journal or anywhere you can do a distraction-free writing. Let me try that again. So 1, reflect in your journal or anywhere you can do distraction-free writing. Reflect on your aspirations for your best and brightest qualities. What does personal excellence look like for you? What do you see, experience, and feel in the vision of your excellence? Write down or record your thoughts, focusing on creating a vivid and detailed vision of your unique excellence. I'm going to say that last part again. Write down or record your thoughts, focusing on creating a vivid and detailed vision of your unique excellence. 2. All right, actually, before I go to 2, let me talk about step 1 real quick. So a good thing to do with step 1 is a free writing reflection. So this is where you write without allowing your pen, pencil, or fingers to stop thinking about those questions. Like, what do you want? How do you want to be? And yes, you'll put some things that are materialistic, which is okay and it's acceptable. But then you want to just try to dig deeper beyond that. Another good tool to use is getting out a list of values and emotions and thinking about how you want to live into your chosen values and how do you want to feel, right? So just capturing that stuff, bringing it to top of the mind, because that's going to help with this process. All right. 2, freestyle. So with your vision in mind, engage in a freestyle practice session for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Let your definition of excellence guide your ideas and flow. Let go of self-judgment. Mistakes are encouraged. The goal is discovering new thoughts, emotions, and insights about your vision. Recording the freestyle is recommended as it helps with the next steps. All right, I'm going to add this to this part here. Okay, so granted, I give the range from 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and I say freestyle, right? I know that some of you may be really brand new to freestyling. So the idea of just jumping right in is shocking. So what I will give you is an example of what you could do when you don't have I'll do it real quick. I'll give you an example of what you can do when freestyling is new, and it's really just speaking without rhyme, to dive deeper into these questions. And you'll do it for, again, 30 seconds or whatever you can muster, right? So you can do it with the beat, or you can do it without a beat. If you do it without a beat, then it's really just, okay, set a timer, talk for 30 seconds or a minute or whatever you feel comfortable with, just not allowing yourself to stop. Because the whole idea here is to just let the thoughts flow to see if something else gets revealed. And if you record it, you can, you don't have to think about remembering if you say something that catches your attention. You can just really be fully present in the moment. But let me give you a quick example of how you would do this with a beat. It's no rhyming and 30 seconds-ish, and kind of focusing on the vision question. And I'm just going to do it. All right. So if I think about what's excellence to me, it's about being myself, that authenticity, just trying to be who I am, even if I don't have the perfect plan. I guess I'm rhyming, not really trying to do it on purpose. I know that makes me feel shaky. It's kind of interesting when I'm doing it like this, trying to just get out of my mind, get into something deeper where I can find a new type of place, a new type of grace. That's what something I operate with, is grace and gratitude for people who come through, for people who show love, for people who give respect, help people heal, help people connect, help people just be who they are without the fear getting in the way. So that's my demonstration. And I might have to record a different demonstration because I've just been rhyming too long that when I start speaking with rhythm, rhymes just start coming. But hopefully you get the gist of the idea there, is just to speak, let it flow, let it come out, and you're really just focusing on answering those questions. And you'll do better than what I just did, because if you did the written part first, then there will be ideas that you can already pull from. So you could literally have your journal in front of you and be looking at what you've written down and use that to inspire your freestyle in the moment. All right. Step 3 is this. Let's get to it. So step 3, review. After your session, reflect on the experience. What did you notice? What was surprising about the session? What will you apply to your vision? And then I'll read the bonus part too. Bonus practice, I am statements. With the With the attributes of your vision in mind, make a list of I am statements that empower you. You can use the I am becoming for qualities you want to grow into. Keep your statements positive. So let me just read that out again. So bonus practice, I am statements. With the attributes of your vision in mind, make a list of I am statements that empower you. You can use I am becoming for qualities you want to grow into. Keep your statements positive. So I am productive, not I am not lazy. Present tense, I am or I am becoming, not I will or I will be. And keep it powerful. It stirs up your emotion. And keep it statements personal. It's what you want, not what others want for you. So write as many statements as you want. You can revise and rewrite the statements later to create a personal vision statement. And I write my vision statement on the first page of every journal I begin. So whenever I feel overwhelmed, I read my vision. It reminds me of my life's path, and I'm on it. Making progress over perfection. Okay. Let me break down that just a little bit more. So for the I am statements part, the I am becoming. So sometimes when we want qualities that when we say that we are those things, it doesn't feel true. So we can then say I am becoming as a way to lessen the tension between what feels true for you now and what you're striving towards. So if you say, like you want, let's say, greater health in your life, but you know that for the last how many years or whatever it is, you have not been taking care of your body, right? So saying I am healthy feels like that doesn't feel true, right? But if you say I am becoming healthy, that is something you can lean into because it is truly something you want if it's a part of your vision. And how it resonates with you, the emotion that it stirs up, is the important part, because that's emotion is the energy to drive you forward, right? And so using these I am statements based on your vision for things that you truly want, that's excellent for you, is what gives you the drive, the thing to hope for, the thing to motivate yourself to keep going. And when you add that with the joy and fun of freestyling, the power that's generated in the experience is transformative. So that's that. Is there anything else I wanted to break down on this? This, I'll just say this. I'm going to conclude with this day, but the process of writing to reflect, then freestyling, and then reviewing, that's going to be pretty standard throughout this whole audiobook, whole ebook, whole challenge. And so just get used to that. The review part is where you can start noticing those very quick moments in your experience that can lead to like really big insights and big changes for you. So don't skip over the review part. Like review the recording, review your writing, and make adjustments to your vision. For my example that I gave earlier, I would say that I noticed I said grace, which led me to gratitude, and gratitude is something that's really big for me right now. Practicing that, ending my days with that. So that's an example of something I noticed from the moment of freestyling that I will, when I go back to my vision statements, my I am statements, I want to make sure that the gratitude is somewhere there if it's not there already. All right. So that's that for day 1. Oh, I got a conclusion to read. Let me read the conclusion. Conclusion. As we move forward from day 1, understand that your vision of excellence is your compass and guide. It's a vision defined not by external standards, but by your deepest desires and values. In this journey of freestyle rap, you can freely grow, express yourself, and excel in a way that reflects you. You have to know who you are, defining and pursuing your own standard of excellence. Warning, your vision is not enough to start. Let me try this again. Warning, your vision is not enough to start and sustain action towards freestyle rap freedom. Next, we discover a surprising truth about motivation and how to make it work for us. Ooh, a little bit of a cliffhanger there. Yes. So yeah, that's the stream. We'll stop it there, and we'll do day 2 here at another time. Just I don't want to like get too far ahead, because I do want you to keep checking out the book. But I'll just say that having a vision and doing this, you can feel that sense of like, yeah, that would be nice. That would be great to live. That would be awesome. And if your vision stays at that level of it would be nice, it would be awesome, but doesn't become a must, that's the missing piece. So how do we take our vision from a nice to have to a must to experience? So that's part of the next, that's when we get into day 2 a little bit. So anyway, thank you again for checking this out. I appreciate your time and attention. Again, check the links in bios, links in descriptions to get connected to this audiobook while I am recording it and putting it out there. It will be available to you for free in this raw form. So obviously you're seeing it here, but if you want to get the whole thing when it's all put together, for the next, I don't know, I'm going to release these at least once a week, if not sooner. So get on the list. You'll get connected. Your feedback will help me improve the process. And then once it's done, then it's available to the public. Then it will be for sale at a reasonable price, because again, I just want the work to get out there. I want it to have the impact that I know it can have. Email me if you have any questions, Desmond@rhymemasters.com, or Fearless Freestyling at desmondspan.com. Yes, I don't know. I have two email addresses, but they all get to me, or message me on the platforms that you hear this on. As always, Genius Over Doubts. I will catch you in the next one.